You might have thought, oh, he's changed a bit, or he's not the guy I thought he was. And then he says, outside of this experiment, I've heard he's a completely different guy. She thought it. He said it. She thought it. Dave acted that way. She got suspicions that he doesn't actually love her throughout the partner swap. And what does he come back as? A guy who not only doesn't love her, but says, I don't hate the girl. The girl. I don't hate her. Total switcheroo. All right, guys. Let me sit down. So I have a Loz lesson suggestion that I'm going to base it kind of on maths, on Married at First Sight. Now, I haven't been fully watching it on the television because I don't watch TV, but I have been catching up with it on TikTok. And there's a drama going on at the moment where a certain person, Jamie, needs validation from her partner, Dave. And I'm just going to use my powers of deduction here and my powers of understanding people's self-concept to tell you kind of what's going on and relay it to this question here. And what not to do, and what Jamie's actually doing wrong. Okay? So, at the moment, in my squad, we have Thought Transmission 101. It's a course explaining how your thoughts create your reality. And if Jamie had done this course, she wouldn't be in the situation she's in right now with Dave. Okay? Now, I'm not blaming, if anyone's come here because it says a maths video on YouTube and thinks I'm blaming Jamie, and wants to man-hate in the comments and stuff, you really need to listen to this lesson so you can understand what I'm trying to teach you. And I'm not a dating coach. I'm not teaching you to blame men or find another guy or anxious attachment styles or any of this absolute bullshit that you've already been taught. I'm teaching you how Jamie has created her own reality in the show and how she can fix it. Oh, be quiet. Shh. So in maths, Jamie and Dave seemed like the perfect couple, didn't they? Now, that I haven't really seen. I've seen snippets of it, bloody, bloody, blah. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, he was fake and now he's coming out as cold and, it's anxious attachment style. This is a classic anxious attachment thing and he's gone cold just like people with anxious attachment styles do. Avoidant attachment, that's what they're saying. He's got avoidant attachment style and he's an avoidant. And because he's an avoidant, he's acting this way. No. So let me explain something to you about manifestation and how you manifest your reality. What happened before all of this kicked off? Jamie created a drama, right? And Dave was expected to back her up on this dramatic thing that she found really important. And a lot of people didn't back her up and she was saying, no one's backing me up. Now, I've barely seen the show. I'm just seeing bits and pieces. So she's got a story that people don't back her up and people weren't on her side, okay? And she was hoping that Dave would be and would defend her, come to her defense. So she's got expectations of Dave being the guy that stands up for her, doing all these things, right? One thing. Then she's got expectations that he's going to verbalize his feelings for her. She's got a lot of expectations of validation. Now, if you've watched me for long enough, you'll know that it's no one's responsibility to validate what you feel because they're actually reflecting you. I'll say that again. There's no point seeking validation from someone that they support you, are there for you, love you, want you, are attracted to you, when you yourself are creating that reality with them where they're not validating you, not backing you up, not attracted to you, not wanting to sleep with you, not in love with you yet. That's the first thing. Second thing, then what happened after all that, they went on a wife swap, partner swap. And what happened with Jamie on her partner swap? She was confronted by Adrian, who basically bluntly said to her, he's not the guy you think he is outside of here, I've heard. Ting. First little seed of doubt put in Jamie's mind. If he's not trying to have sex with you and not affectionate with you, he mustn't be as into you as you are into him, or however he said it. That he's not there yet. Now, as a girl who needs validation, and as a person who seeks to hear that the person loves them and wants that shown to them and told to them, someone confronting them with, actually, no, they don't feel like that, would have been quite the turnaround in Jamie's mind. So while Dave's away, and whether he was with Veronica or what he did, that's not relevant. The seed was planted in Jamie's mind of what do I teach you is the devil in manifestation? Starts with D, doubt. Adrian planted the seed of doubt in her mind while she was away from her partner. And all she needed was that seed of doubt to start thinking, oh, maybe he's not as in love with me as I am with him. I did say I loved him and he didn't say it back. So can you imagine how confronting it would be for you on national television to tell someone, oh yeah, tell everyone, oh, I told him I loved him, but he didn't say it back. So already back there, that seed was planted, wasn't it? It wasn't Adrian. She already had the I've told him I loved him and he didn't say it back thing a while back. Then every time he hasn't been affectionate with her or initiated sex, she started thinking, oh, maybe he isn't as attracted to me as I am to him. Seeds already planted of doubt. Then she's waiting for him to back her up at the retreat, whatever the fuck happened. I don't know. I don't watch it, right? And she feels like people don't back her. People don't give her what she wants, like the friends. She's already got that story about people, okay? Then she goes on the partners thing and Adrian says pretty much, yeah, if he isn't having sex with you, he probably doesn't like you. And she's like, and then what is actually happening over there is all the machinations of her doubt. What's happening over there with Dave and Veronica. If you're a person who thinks they're not good enough and constantly needs validation and thinks you are, wait for it, what did Adrian say? Too ugly to root. For her to even repeat that, for her to even think that that is something that might be true about herself, she already thought it. That's why Adrian said it. That would not have come out of Adrian's mouth unless back in the day, poor old Jamie with her Greek nose had probably been told she wasn't the most attractive sister, or she had a big schnoz, or she was a wog, or whatever the fuck happened to her, where she's got a story she isn't as attractive as she should be. She's already got that story. That's why Adrian said it. Nothing comes out of anyone's mouth unless you transmitted it out into the ether for them to say back to you. You once thought it, either consciously or subconsciously, and then they say it. You're too ugly to root. You thought subconsciously or consciously, they don't love me, and then he says, I don't think he's in love with you, or I don't think he wants you as much as you want him. You might have thought, oh, he's changed a bit, or he's not the guy I thought he was, and then he says, outside of this experiment, I've heard he's a completely different guy. She thought it. He said it. She thought it. Dave acted that way. She got suspicions that he doesn't actually love her throughout the partner swap, and what does he come back as? A guy who not only doesn't love her, but says, I don't hate the girl. The girl. I don't hate her. Total switcheroo. But is it a total switcheroo? No, because Jamie was already doubting it. Jamie was already thinking it. And I bet you any money, a girl who thinks she's ugly or not good enough always has what? Fears of third parties. And what is Veronica? A fucking dirty third party who's going to come along, very attractive, lie in bed with Dave, flirt with him, and threaten her entire relationship because Jamie already thinks she's not good enough. Therefore, he's going to come back treating her like she isn't. And I don't even watch the damn show. I'm just getting this from TikTok snippets. If you guys don't understand thought transmission, come and do my course in the squad right now and then watch Maths and see how it's playing out in Jamie's reality that she thinks she's not good enough, and she's transmitted that thought constantly to Dave, and as the relationship has progressed, he's less and less thought of her as good enough. He thought of her as good enough at the start, didn't he? And you can say, oh, that was an act, it was for the cameras, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. She's created the reality that it now is. So any of you who haven't caught up on this and you're in America or you don't have it on your television screens, you're not in Australia, you can watch Married at First Sight. It's called MAFS on YouTube. It's all over TikTok. And you can look at this Jamie and Dave relationship. They were the golden couple. They were the ones who seemed the most in love. And it apparently, according to the television, gone to shit. Now, whether it has in real life, I don't know. Who cares? All I'm showing you is how her thoughts played out in her reality. So come and do Thought Transmission 101 if you don't understand this and you think I'm blaming her, or you think he's got anxious attachment style or avoidant attachment, or whatever this absolute fucking bullshit you guys get taught by dating coaches. He doesn't have avoidant attachment. He's literally reflecting her thinking about herself being not good enough, not being loved, not being wanted, and threatened by other girls, and ta-da, he's acting that way. That's how this fucking works. And those of you who want to go and watch dating coaches and blame the other, blame your significant other, your specific person for being the avoidant attachment or anxious attachment, or he's got issues, or his dad's got cancer and he's dying and that's why. Guys, you can blame them all you like. But you've got to understand when you get this that you create your reality. So if she's got a story that partner swap would threaten her relationship, it does. If she's got a story that his dad's got cancer right now and therefore he's going to turn cold and not be present, he will be unpresent with her. If she's got a story she's not attractive to him, he will stop trying to have sex with her. And then Adrian will say, you're too ugly to root. It's all come from her brain and she doesn't understand it. And then she cries on the couch and cries at dinner parties and crying all over the place, seeking validation from a reality that she's caused. And so many of you are going to watch this from outside the realm of law of assumption and not understand what I'm saying and say, oh, he's horrible, he's changed, he's turned. No, he hasn't. He's reflecting her. And if you understand what she's been subconsciously fearing this whole time, you'll see that literally he's reflecting every single one of her fears. Not good enough, not attractive enough, other girls are a threat. Not loved, not wanted, not the chosen one. Now, right now on my Thought Transmission channel, I'll put it here on YouTube, is my latest telepathic conversation with the mystery man called You're the Only One They Want. You're the only one for them. Sorry, you're the only one for them. And it says, banish a third party. Now, it doesn't have to be about third parties. You don't have to have a third party. You could just be like Jamie and feel not good enough and feel threatened by third parties, or feel not good enough and feel unattractive, or feel not good enough and feel like your person doesn't love you. Go and listen to that conversation. And it's me talking to the mystery man and me telling him from my thoughts that you want me and only me. You don't have eyes for anyone else. You'd be stupid to fumble me. And then he repeats it back because this is how thought transmission works. And you want to be sending out the right thoughts, not the wrong fucking thoughts, like Jamie has been this entire experiment when doubt started kicking in her mind. When she really started to love him and it all went to shit. And haven't you done that before, some of you? When you really like them, what happens? All the doubt starts to kick in. All your insecurities start to rear their ugly head, and then your reality starts going to shit. So you can't blame the other person. You must realize when you do this course that it's all you, and therefore you can change it. So Jamie can, of course, fix this situation, and maybe in real life she has. I don't know, the show's a couple of months old. But she doesn't understand that she caused the whole situation, and I want you guys to understand how you're causing your situation with thought transmission. So come and join us in the Subconscious Laws Squad right now on my website or in my link tree. It's still going. We've just brought out part 2. Part 3 is dropping on Monday. You'll be there for the whole course, and you'll be there ready for the next course, the next challenge actually dropping after that if you join now, which is super exciting. So you'll be there for both. So come and join us and learn the mistakes you're making like Jamie is, and also go over to my Thought Transmission channel, subscribe over there for telepathic conversations with your specific person so you can send all the right thoughts. All right, guys, see you soon. Bye.